妈妈，我知道是你，我知道你听出了我的声音，我知道我们正在重逢。看到一外国小伙分享，某天坐电梯时遇到一位孕妇，主动搭话说
Like you about to pop. And she said, me and my husband just went to the doctor's yesterday for an emergency visit. She said, because I haven't felt the baby move in about 4 or 5 days. And she said, when you start talking to me, the baby started jumping. And I said, well, thank God. I said, that's a good thing. And, you know, I always crack jokes. I said, yeah, I have that effect on people. She looked at me, she's like, no, like seriously, my baby is kicking crazy right now ever since I started talking to you. I said, well, we gonna pray that it continues to kick.
后来博主下了电梯，投身到工作中，本以为这件事就这样结束时，命运却让他们再次相遇。博主居然在公司遇见了对方。
She came to me and I said, what, the baby missed me? And she said, when you got off the elevator, my baby stopped kicking. I said, really? She said, yes. And she said, now that I'm talking to you again, my baby's kicking.
直到这时，博主还以为是孩子喜欢听自己的声音，于是随口问了句
I said, maybe your baby like me. I said, what is a boy or girl? And she said, it's a girl. And I said, what are you naming her? And she said, Amy. And I dropped my head and I was trying to fight tears. She said, what's wrong? And I said, my mom's name was Amy. She died 5 years ago to breast cancer. I said, she spelled it A-M-I-A. And she said, that's the way we're spelling her name. I said, are you playing with me right now? And she said, we're naming the baby Amy. I literally had to go to the bathroom and just bawling like.
爱就是天时地利的迷信，科学可以解释生命，解释相遇的概率，却解释不了跨越时空的牵挂与感应。直到此时我才听懂赵雷歌词那句：时空是个圆圈，直行或是转弯，我们最终都会相见。